Southern Africa, 1816. A young warrior stands over the body of an enemy he has just killed. But something is wrong. He looks at the throwing spear in his hand, the assegai, the weapon every Zulu warrior has used for generations, and he sees its flaw. You throw it, it flies through the air, it might hit, it might miss, and now you are standing in battle with no weapon. This is insane, he thinks. This is how children fight. He takes the long throwing spear and cuts it down, shortens the shaft, widens the blade, creates something new, a stabbing spear. The ikloa, named for the sucking sound it makes when pulled from a body. This weapon is not thrown, it is kept. You close distance with the enemy, you get inside his reach, and you put the blade in his stomach. Then you pull it out and do it again. The man holding this new weapon is Shaka Zulu. He is 29 years old. He is about to become king of a small tribe called the Zulu, numbering perhaps 1,500 people. Within 12 years, he will command an empire of 2 million, controlling 250,000 square miles of southern Africa. He will kill an estimated 2 million people in wars of conquest and consolidation. He will transform indigenous African warfare so completely that the tactics he invented will defeat British armies with rifles 60 years after his death. And it all started because he looked at how everyone fought and asked a simple question: why are we doing it this way? Shaka was born around 1787. The illegitimate son of a Zulu chief named Senzangakona and a woman named Nandi from the rival Langeni clan. His parents' relationship was a scandal. Shaka and his mother were expelled from the Zulu when he was 6 years old. They wandered between clans, never fully accepted, always outsiders. He was mocked for his illegitimacy. His name itself was an insult, referring to an intestinal beetle, a way of saying he was not a real pregnancy, but a shameful condition. This childhood of rejection and humiliation could have broken him. Instead, it built something. Shaka learned early that he owed nothing to the systems that had expelled him. The traditions of warfare, the hierarchies of clan structure, the rules everyone accepted without question. He had no loyalty to any of it. He had been outside. He had seen these systems from the perspective of someone they excluded, and from that angle, he could see how weak they actually were. This is the first play. Exile sharpens vision. Shaka's illegitimacy freed him from reverence for tradition. He could see the throwing spear for what it was, an inherited habit, not an optimized tool, because he had no emotional investment in how things had always been done. Insiders inherit assumptions. Outsiders interrogate them. The years of rejection gave Shaka something more valuable than acceptance. They gave him the ability to see clearly. Your move. Examine where you feel like an outsider, the industry that does not take you seriously, the field where you lack credentials, the system that excluded you. That position is not a weakness, it is a vantage point. You can see things the insiders cannot see because they are too embedded to question. Use the clarity exile provides. Shaka joined the military forces of a larger clan called the Matetwa under their chief Dingiswayo. Here he developed and tested his innovations. The short stabbing spear was just the beginning. He redesigned the shield, making it larger and teaching warriors to use it offensively, hooking the enemy's shield to expose his left side for the killing thrust. He eliminated sandals, forcing his warriors to toughen their feet until they could run on any terrain without protection. This made his forces dramatically faster than any opponent. He invented new formations. The most famous was the horns of the buffalo. The chest of the formation engaged the enemy head-on. Two flanking horns swept around both sides to encircle them. The loins, a reserve force, waited behind to exploit breakthroughs or reinforce weaknesses. This was not a formation for dueling, it was a formation for annihilation. Every innovation pointed in the same direction. Get close, stay close, kill completely. This is the second play. Redesign the entire system, not just the tool. Shaka did not just improve the spear, he rebuilt Zulu warfare, from weapon to footwear to formation to strategy. Every element reinforced every other element. The short spear required closing distance. Closing distance required speed. Speed required bare feet and relentless conditioning. The encirclement formation ensured that closing distance led to total destruction, not just temporary advantage. Most people improve components. Shaka rebuilt the architecture. Your move. When you identify a flaw in your approach, ask what else must change to support fixing that flaw. Isolated improvements often fail because the surrounding system rejects them. True innovation requires redesigning the ecosystem, not just the element. In 1816, Shaka's patron, Dingiswayo, helped him claim the Zulu chieftainship after his father died. The Zulu, at this point, were a minor clan, perhaps 1,500 people, subordinate to the Mtethwa Confederation. Within 2 years, everything changed. Dingiswayo was killed by a rival power, the Ndwandwe. The Mtethwa Confederation began to fragment. Shaka saw an opportunity and seized it. He consolidated the Mtethwa remnants under Zulu control. Then he began a decade of relentless expansion. His method was binary: submit and be absorbed, or resist and be destroyed. Clans that surrendered were integrated into the Zulu system. Their young men became Zulu warriors. Their cattle became Zulu wealth. Their identity was erased and replaced. Clans that resisted were annihilated, not defeated and taxed, annihilated. Shaka's wars were not about taking territory, they were about eliminating alternatives. When he finished with a resistant clan, there was nothing left to resist. The survivors were scattered refugees. The clan itself ceased to exist. Next, this is the third play. Binary choices accelerate consolidation. Shaka did not offer nuanced options: join completely or die completely. This seems brutal because it is brutal, but it is also strategically efficient. Graduated options create graduated resistance. If enemies believe they can negotiate partial submission, they will keep negotiating. If they believe resistance means annihilation, the calculus changes. Absolute threat creates absolute clarity. Many chose submission because the alternative was extinction. Your move. In competitive situations, ask whether you are offering too many options. Sometimes clarity accelerates decisions. When you make the alternatives binary, you force resolution. This is not always appropriate, but when you need rapid consolidation, ambiguity is your enemy. Clear stakes produce clear choices. At its peak, the Zulu kingdom controlled roughly 250,000 square miles, with a population approaching 2 million. Shaka's army numbered somewhere between 40 and 50,000 warriors, organized into regiments called amabuto, based on age rather than clan origin. This was crucial. By organizing regiments around age sets rather than traditional clan structures, Shaka broke the power of local loyalties. A warrior's identity became Zulu first, regiment second, clan origin barely remembered. The amabuto lived together, trained together, and were forbidden to marry until Shaka granted permission, usually in their mid-30s. This created a standing army of young men whose entire social identity was military. They had no families to return to, no farms to tend, no loyalties to divide their focus. They were full-time soldiers in an era when every other African power relied on part-time farmer warriors. The advantage was decisive. When Shaka's professionals met other forces, the result was not a battle, it was an extermination. This is the fourth play. Restructure loyalty to the center. Shaka's age-set regiments destroyed the intermediate loyalties that could have challenged him. A warrior could not rebel with his clan because his clan brothers were scattered across different regiments. He could not prioritize family because he had no family until Shaka allowed it. All loyalty flowed to the center because all alternative sources of identity had been systematically dismantled. This is organizational design as control mechanism. Your move. Examine the organizations you operate in or build. Where do loyalties actually flow? Intermediate structures, departments, teams, local leaders can either reinforce central authority or compete with it. If you need unified action, you may need to restructure how people identify themselves. Shared identity must flow to the level where decisions are made. Shaka's reign ended the way many such reigns end. In September 1828, his half-brothers Dingane and Mlangana assassinated him. He was approximately 41 years old. The immediate trigger was his increasingly erratic behavior following his mother Nandi's death in 1827. He had ordered extreme mourning prohibitions, no crops planted for a year, no milk consumed, women found pregnant during the mourning period executed along with their husbands. Thousands may have been killed for insufficient grief. His generals and family concluded he had become a liability. The assassination was quick. His brothers stabbed him while his bodyguards were away. His last words, reportedly, were a warning to his killers that the white men coming from the coast would take everything. He was right. 50 years later, the British would destroy the Zulu kingdom at the battles of Isandlwana and Ulundi. But at Isandlwana, Zulu warriors using Shaka's formations and tactics would kill over 1,300 British soldiers in one of the worst defeats Britain ever suffered in colonial warfare. Shaka's innovations outlasted his kingdom. This is the fifth play. The system survives the founder. Shaka was assassinated, but the military machine he built kept functioning. His formations, his tactics, his regimental structure persisted for generations. This is the difference between personal power and institutional power. Personal power dies with the person. Institutional power reproduces itself. Shaka built something that did not require him to operate. The warriors trained to fight his way kept fighting his way long after he was dust. Your move. Ask whether what you are building depends on your presence. If you disappeared tomorrow, would the system continue? The most powerful thing you can create is something that operates without you. Shaka's lasting impact was not his conquests, it was the machine that kept conquering after he was gone. What do we take from a man who killed millions and reshaped a continent? Not admiration. Shaka was a monster by any human measure. What we take is analysis. Exile sharpens vision. Rejection freed him to see clearly what insiders could not question. Redesign the entire system, not just the tool. Total innovation beats incremental improvement. Binary choices accelerate consolidation. Absolute clarity produces rapid resolution. Restructure loyalty to the center. Organizational design determines where power flows. The system survives the founder. Build something that operates without you. These principles are morally neutral. They work for building hospitals or building empires of corpses. Shaka happened to use them for conquest and slaughter, but the principles themselves are just mechanics, levers that move human behavior. The Zulu kingdom is gone. The British broke it. Time scattered what remained, but the tactics Shaka invented still echo in military academies. The organizational innovations he pioneered still appear in institutions that have never heard his name. He looked at how everyone was doing things, he asked why, and when he did not like the answers, he burned everything down and built something new. That capacity, the willingness to question everything and rebuild from first principles, is the only thing about Shaka worth carrying forward. Everything else is blood and warning. If you want to master yourself, hit subscribe. New playbook every day. I'll see you tomorrow.